So it turns out the Nomad Desperado is not just a meme. In fact, it might actually be broken. We're talking specifically about the life leaking mechanic here, and if you leak a balloon, then the Nomad will give you cash equal to 2x the value of the leaked balloon. And this actually applies to every life that is leaked while the Nomad effect is active. So you see 10 pinks there end up giving us $100, so double the $50 we would have gotten normally from popping it. Kind of like a balloon trap in a sense. And this is not a bug, but I would say more like an oversight in that this Nomad effect is actually stackable. So you get 6 of them, you'll now make $600 from leaking all the pinks here. Wow. But that's not all. When you upgrade to Avenger, this will make it so that weak balloons, rainbows, and below will leak only 1 life for the duration, which makes Nomad Farming even more viable because now you don't have to sacrifice a crazy amount of lives to make a good amount of money. Just leave these 10 rainbows here will only cost you 1 rainbow of life plus 9 instead of probably 400 lives that would leak there. And you see, that's a lot of money made. Each Desperado already made back the money they cost in 1 activation there, and don't forget you can activate it pretty much every single minute. Now, if that doesn't sound crazy enough on paper yet, then I still have one more thing I did not mention to you yet, but you have to stay tuned to find out what that is. That makes the Nomad even more broken. So to test out how viable this strategy actually is, and if it actually outperforms the best farming methods out there, I'm going to take it over to Moon Landing. However, I'm not going to start with Nomads, because to actually make it effective, you need the Avenger, which is at least $10,000 of save up. So I'm still going to do an early bank into an IMF loan, but from there, I think the timing lines up perfectly for us to start spamming Nomads. Benjamin's also the hero of choice because he buffs banks, and also he restores lives at the end of the round, which will help for, I guess, early game Nomad usage. I guess I'll at least get 1 down for defense. Now, don't do this at home. This is definitely the wrong choice to go for a Nomad early because it still costs about $800. You're better off going for maybe a Boomerang $200 defense. Because even if we get, say, 100 lives worth of leaks with the Nomad, that will still only profit us $200 or so. Even less when we consider the fact that a Boomerang would save more lives and thus get the money from popping that. And also, I think Mana Shield messes things up. The Nomad didn't activate there. It should activate here, though. Yep, finally. Wow, a whopping probably $6 made there. Hashtag worth. It's also not in every single life we leak, so we leak way more in round 14 here. But due to it being a cooldown, we get none of this money. Should be a good amount of money made here, though. Finally. About $20 or so, I'd say. But now we're leaking way too much that I probably gotta get more D. Down to 17 lives. We didn't make anything this round because it was on cooldown. But we got round 20 bank, which we should get IMF by round 30 or so. I think I changed my mind, actually. No IMF loan. Let's collect the bank now that's full and sell it. So we have $20,000 to transition into Nomad Farming from here on out. And now it is here where I jump into Sandbox to show you some tech that you may not have heard before unless you're really well versed in the deep mechanics of BTD6. It involves regrows and how you can make more money from them. 1 regrow rainbow gives you normally $47, same as a rainbow. However, there was some tech discovered a while ago where, simply put, if you pop this regrow rainbow into pink balloons, and then let it regrow back to rainbows again, take a look at how much money it'll make now. Instead of $47, this makes $152. And you can actually make as much as $320 from a rainbow if you do it correctly, or layer skip correctly. If you want to know more intricate details about why this works, then this video here, that I'll link in the description, should give you more info about it in case you're curious. But it's a crazy cash bug. I've known about it for a while, but never really used it practically until here, because yes, it can apply to the Nomad money making too. So instead of $320 from the rainbow and the insides, then we can now make double that, $647. And that's how Nomad Farming can get even more out of hand. So that's why I wanted to get my Nomad Farming set up for round 31, because this round has regrow zebras. They won't make you as much money as regrow rainbows, but it's still a decent amount. Instead of $23 per zebra, it's about $80 or so. Gonna get the Adventure 2 to save some lives here. And hot damn, they're so cheap that I can buy 10 nomads already under discount here. I'm gonna sell it now because I actually don't want these nomads to hit the track at all. Otherwise, that will ruin the regrowth farming that I'm trying to do. I've got a Microraptor here to save precisely for the end of round of regrow zebras. But first off, let's see if we can tank this entire round in one go, because it might be a little bit too spaced in the time I'm trying to get it off in. Anyway, Microraptor now, and let's see. Start League Lives and take a look at the money we're gonna make, okay? We started at $300, by the way, and we are already at 4,000, 5,000. Come on, leak all of it. Up to 8,000 now? Oh. Okay, this is the annoying part about Nomad Farming. I think we have to try to condense the round so that we don't have that happen. We need everything to leak in a 15-second interval. Simple solution, I guess, just add a single glue. And then I guess we sell it so that the balloons in the very back are not that fast. And let me see. Oh, nice. If I get to pinks, then they move faster at the end. And I actually get it to work correctly because you need to, again, get it to pink balloons to make the most amount of money. And take a look now. With those regrowth farm zebras, we made $10,000 that round when these zebras would have made, how many? Or how much? Under $1,000 each? Tell me another money tower that can make back half of its investment in one round. That's not stalling rounds forever like Chinook. I think this breaks it, guys. Now, one issue is that I'm not going to have enough lives to keep this up. Only at 41 this round. And Benjamin will still only give 5 lives per round. So I need to use stuff that actually gives more lives than that. Which I guess one option would be Chinook. Which kind of blows, because not gonna lie, I kind of want to keep it to only Desperado farming. And I'm pretty sure if I'm looking at everything correctly, every tower that gives you lives will give you money in the process. Like the Chinook, the banana farms that gain 1 life per round, and the druid farming too. Run from it, hide from it, the money making is inevitable. Now, I think because we have to be wary about which rounds we lose lives on, we're going to do on the high value round. So 35 comes up with rainbows. So I think my plan is I'm going to leak all of the whites and rainbows that come in here. Let's just hope this lasts long enough. Ooh, just barely. Now up to $22,000 at the end of this round. Even though we can only use it for some of the rounds, yeah, that's some crazy snowball. Now we get 1 Chinook to make back life slowly. And I think the next round we'll pull this out on is probably just round 39 when the next regrow farm comes out in rainbows. Should also be noted that the income Nomad makes cannot be buffed by stuff like Monkey City, just in case you're wondering why I'm not going for that. And also, I know that you can separate the money in the cash crate. Like if you move your cursor in the right spot, you can collect the heart crate and not the money crate. However, that's too much work for me. Or rather, the money made from it isn't a big deal compared to how much we're going to make this round. So, in preparation for 39 and the regrows, we'll upgrade Allosaurus so we just take 1 shot to turn the rainbows into pinks. Now, we have to be very careful on what we end up leaking this round because there's a lot of balloons. And the first balloon that leaks will take away the full life. So, I want to try to leak a zebra here so I have maybe 30 balloons to work with. Hard to execute, but I suppose I'll try to mortar everything up until this comes in, then move it away. There we go. Zebra is coming in first, which is a good sign. Splatter. And then get ready to put this in range right about now. There we go. And there we go. If I need to move my mortar back to save lives, then I will do so. And we also sell these 2 now. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. Let's have the mortar. Oh, God. I moved it closer to range so that, because I noticed there's too many lives leaking, but okay, I activate anyway. Here we go. Can the glue wear out from this, please? It'll be perfect timing if it is. Come on. Look at the amount of money made here. Holy crap, 50,000? 20,000 from 1 regrow rainbow. I am not kidding you, and I am not kidding myself. This is the most broken farm ever. Because I know that even with optimal farming in boss runs, you're lucky to have 60,000 coming into round 40, but we blew by that, and we have probably 30k of sell value. Really, all Ninja Kiwi has to do to make this more balanced is to put a cap on the amount of nomads that you can make money from. Over $100,000 of sell value this round, 112. With more regrows this round, it's out of sourcing time. Now, I still don't have a lot of lives, so I need to try to leak a non-rainbow this round to start the Avenger 1 life thing. But until then, follow the formula. That's gonna be a lot of money if each gave us 20k last time. Got 79 lives now, so that helps. I'll probably have it shoot one time here. Yeah, one time. There we go, perfect. Oh, that was way too much. My bad. Okay, this is too hard. I've decided instead I'm just gonna buy a Ring of Fire to clutch and leak a rainbow to start. So wait for it. Just let a couple leak, okay? Not too many. There we go. Oh my god, I got an Inferno Ring by accident. Whoops. That was a little bit more than I bargained for, but okay, let these leak now. And okay, I could have made way more that round, but honestly, the life amount wasn't quite there, so I guess it's time to just get more Chinooks then. And I'm gonna try this again on round 45 when there's more rainbows coming in. And in the meantime, we're gonna do some light stalling the rounds with a glue and a downdraft. That should give us plenty of crates. 246 lives to work with. This should definitely be enough. So only the rainbows this round. No fancy rigor shenanigans, just let them all leak first. Sell all the glue gunners first, of course, until we get here, in which case 032. And here comes the leakage. About $4,000 per rainbow here. And now we're up to almost $100,000, okay. Now we'll just catch the rest here. And the next round I'm eyeing is round 49. That round has got regrow rainbows, so I'm licking my chops thinking about that then. 515 lives coming into this round, and the regrow rainbows come last, so this should not be too overly difficult to pull off. Just gotta move the Adasaurus in range when I see the first rainbows come in. Like that. I messed up. That's fine. And then move it away like that. And now we await. We should have... We don't care if we leak hundreds here. This should be a lot, though. I'm speechless, dude. No, I didn't even get a glue gunner, so we didn't even regrow them back to rainbows, which means I think we could have gone even higher than $200,000 in that one round there. Here's what I'm gonna do instead, then. We'll Sabo, and 50% speed should be just fine here. We won't let anything leak until the rainbows, okay? Now, move it away. And let's see. If I do it right, then that is way more money. 408,000. Holy freaking hell. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this game is awesome sometimes. You can't deny that. Surprise, surprise also, more Riga Rainbows already coming this round, so let's see if I can pull it off. I want to see $1 million this round. Now, it's actually going to be half the amount of money from the, compared to the round 49 rainbows, because it is affected by the cash per pop of the current round, and it cuts in half starting this round here, so it should only be a paltry $150,000, yeah. Pathetic. We've seen better than that. I think round 49 is probably about as insane as it gets. I don't recall any more dense Riga Rainbow rounds until probably round 79 or so. For these rounds here, we just have to do the kind of lame tactic of getting normal cash from each rainbow here. Not that regrow bugged him out. Up to 700k now. I guess round 61 has regrow zebras, but they're obviously not going to make as much money. I'll see, though. And instead of using the Velociraptor for this round here, or the Adasaurus, I'm just going to use a global, because there's so many zebras here. It's actually easier instead to use, I would say, Abduzir 2 times here. We'll buy Resell, in fact, to get the ability up immediately. And there we go. Now we should just give them some time to regrow, and then see what the hell happens. So with 735 starting to, we're making under 1k per zebra. That's a good indicator for how things are gonna go, huh? Yeah, I gotta kill it at this point. We'll leak up to here, and then salvage the rest. Yeah, that was only about $50,000, pretty mid. There were Riga Rainbows on round 62, but I forgot, so we'll let it be. Now, if you want to go super tryhard sweaty with this strategy to make the most money possible, I would say the way to go about it is to not use Nomad Farming for every round, just the key rounds like 42, 49, as I showed. But in the rounds that don't have anything juicy, Riga-wise, then you'd probably want to replace all these Nomads for Banana Centrals, and then pull this out when needed. I think I'll go ahead and show round 70. This is a good round, a lot of rainbows. I'll just use the ability to save lives when the Nomad times out. But let's see, can we get to 1 million this round, or Is that not happening? Nope, not happening. Or wait. Have some faith. Have you a little faith? Oh, I gotta use this now. Ooh, I lost a lot of lives there, down to 180. Had to be really quick on my reflexes, but close. Close. If I clumped around a little bit better, I definitely could have leaked more. But again, hard to do. We'll recharge for round 79. This is the last round where the Rego farming bug was viable, in case you're wondering. So, let's see if one Adasaurus can get most, if not all, the rainbows. I don't need to hit all of them, but it would be nice. I think with jungle drums, it seems to miss a couple at a time, but I think that's alright. And we're also leaking way too much here, way too fast. This is definitely not a round where I can get every single rainbow here. There's way too much of them. So, let's again be ready to use the Pop-and-Aw ability. Honestly, use it earlier, because we're leaking... Whoa, 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 whoa. We went down to 314 just like that. Probably because it turned to pinks at some point. But you see there? Another several $100,000 made that round, which could have been much, much higher if it was done optimally. But this is just a proof of concept, really, and I hope you found that interesting. A farming tactic so broken that it's almost certainly going to be fixed. And on that same note, Ninja Kiwi better add a money counter for the Desperado, because I feel like it's really inconsistent. If this makes money income-wise like a balloon trap, why does this not show the amount of money made when the balloon trap can? I know the rubber gold cannot either. I think that one's a little bit... It makes a little bit more sense, though, because it applies to the balloons and not itself. So it's hard to do that. But if I had to guess, each Nomad probably made... There's like, what? 50 of them on the field? $20,000 each? And all for under $1,000 each. Anyway, that's all for today. For more crazy showcases, click here.